Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yes, yes,
Of course.
yes. Okay.
Right. Hello and welcome to the Ravishing Podcast. We're talking through Jilly Cooper's Rupture Chronicles in order, one section at a time. We'll discuss the chaos, the drama, the sex, and everything else that gets thrown in along the way. Just to clarify, we're not professionals or journalists. We just love the books, the Rupture world Jilly has created, and love talking about them. You may already know the books well, you may never have read them and only heard about Jilly Cooper through the recent fabulous Rivals TV series on Disney+. Everyone is welcome here. I'm Lib, I'm relatively new to these books, and my mum Jan has known them for years.
For those newcomers who've only seen the new TV show, Riders is the first in the 11-book series and when we first meet Rupert Campbell Black. Rivals is the second book and we'll be moving on to that one soon. Each episode we'll talk through some of the key things that happen in the books, refreshing your mind for those who've read them. We'll also let you know which chapters we'll be covering so you can read the books alongside for the full experience. If you don't, you'll be missing out on all of Jilly's humour, storytelling and juicy details. We're here to analyse, or maybe overanalyse, with opinions, tangents and probably a lot of judgment, because these books deserve to be talked about. There will be swearing and there will be mentions of sex because this is Jilly Cooper, and if we had to cut out the rude bits there'd be nothing left to talk about. Before we get into it, how are you, Lib?
I'm good. Actually, today I am drinking just a tonic water with no gin, if you can believe it. Which is a bit out of character for me.
Yes, it's a sad day.
No, do you know what? I like tonic water on its own.
Freak.
Yeah, I know. I got into it when I was in Thailand because we kind of like, you know, we cheaped out on the hotel a little bit, so it wasn't like a especially nice place to be.
Yeah.
So we'd go out and there wasn't Wi-Fi really either. So we'd go and hang out in cafes and bars and stuff. And I'm like, oh well, I don't want a beer because it's too early, or I just not fancy one. I don't drink coffee. They didn't have herbal tea. I don't do sugary drinks either. So I was like, what can I have that's refreshing that I can just sip on? I was like, oh, I'll just get tonic water. And I was like, do you know what? It's quite nice actually, with a bit of lemon in it. I'm enjoying it. Do you want to try on its own?
No, I'm alright, thanks. But I can see that.
Yeah.
If you're stuck about what to have in a pub.
It's lime and soda. You get a lime
I do
and
like
soda.
a lime and soda.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like that. And we've also got a little treat. Should we do some?
Yes.
We can do ASMR. Are you ready?
Can you guess what it is?
Today. We've got Lindors.
We love Lindor.
I've got a salted caramel one and I've got a normal one. Which one do you want?
I like both, so I'll have both, please.
You're right. She's having both. None for me. I should have brought the whole box.
Yeah, you've
got that one, so you have that one.
Okay, I'll have
this one.
the red one. Yep, fabulous. Thank you.
Make sure you get up close. You go.
Did you hear that crack?
Should I do it? No, it's all falling out. We're not that kind of podcast, are we?
No.
Oh, this is a mistake. I can't do it with food in my mouth. Right, I'm ready.
Okay.
So, last episode we ended with Rupert and Helen deciding to get married. And all the kind of setup for the story was done now. We've met kind of our main characters, which are Jake and Tori, Fen, Rupert, Helen, Melise, Billy, the rest of the show jumpers. We've met them all now and we're ready to go. As promised, we're going to be getting into the real meat of the story, the reason we're all here. So what happened to Rupert and Helen at the end of last episode? Well, we've jumped ahead a little bit. So that was 2 years ago. We're 2 years on, which I think is 1975 now.
Right.
We're in.
Yep.
And Helen is at her bedroom at Penscombe, reflecting on the last 2 years of her marriage. So they did go through it. They've lasted
that long.
They've lasted 2 years. Will they last much longer? Who knows? I mean, I didn't think they'd even get married, to be honest with you. I thought that they'd have another argument and the engagement would break up and that'd be it.
Yep, but no, they've done it. They've lasted. So far.
She's reflecting on the last 2 years of her marriage and how she's transformed the beautiful house from the bachelor pad nightmare that it was before into a sea of soft pastels and Laura Ashley floral prints. She's transformed it totally. There's a woman's touch. This feels a little bit more like a woman's bulldozer.
Feminine, isn't it? All too feminine.
She's changed it a lot, but probably for the better, to be honest, because it was a bit of a nightmare, and we'll get into that. So she's now packing for another one of her many, many glamorous trips with Rupert that she takes. And obviously, she needs 3 suitcases for a 3-week trip. She is a tabloid darling.
Oh, yes.
The Sun, the trashy magazines, okay, hello, they love her. Yeah. They absolutely love her. And you can just imagine, I don't know if they existed then. Do you know later on?
No, they didn't.
Jilly makes up her own, and it's called Ooh Ah, I think. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I think it's quite late. I think it's maybe in the last book. So she's packing for this glamorous trip away. She's got 3 suitcases. Because when you're married to the most handsome man in England, you need to look the part.
You do.
You've got to keep up somehow. And we're seeing, she's really quite materialistic. And having all of Rupert's money to play with now, she's really leaned into it. I already had a touch of she's quite vain. But
yeah,
it's got worse, I think.
In a way, it doesn't bother me really, because I suppose she feels like she has to, because they're always the centre of attention. The press are always interested in her and Rupert. She'll be photographed wherever she goes. And like you said, the glamorous magazines want to do photo shoots with her. So she's got to kind of keep up this image.
She has to play the part, doesn't she? She does. Yeah, she does. And it's not easy. But she doesn't have anything else to do. She doesn't work anymore.
No.
So she's become very well travelled over the past couple of years doing the circuit with Rupert, which has made her more cultured, more intellectual. She learns the language everywhere she goes. She reads the guidebooks. She goes to the museums.
Yep.
She does all of the cultural stuff while Rupert's off doing whatever he's doing. But it has made her more smug and annoying.
No, I think
and that's
good
a bit
for
unfair.
her. She's found.
She's travelling.
Yeah,
that's what she's
doing. She's going with him, and she's getting stuck in.
Now, she did have dreams of becoming a writer, which does seem to have been put on the back burner a little bit.
I don't think it's been put on the back burner. I think it was just something nice to keep her busy and sort of pay the bills.
Yeah.
And publishing is a kind of okay thing for a certain kind of young girl to go into who's well educated, who's well off. I think she just played the part, and it wasn't her lifelong passion.
Yeah. Before she married Rupert, the wife of another show jumper took her aside and gave her some advice and said, if you want to kind of make this marriage work, get yourself as involved in Rupert's career as you can. Travel with him everywhere. Whatever sacrifices that means for you, really involve yourself, because it's a lifestyle, not just a job, and you can be part of it. And she very much took that advice to heart. So she goes with him everywhere he goes. She's thrown herself into his career. She's trying to educate herself a little bit, and she's going to the party. She knows all the people, and she's also being the public figure that she's expected to be as his wife, and transforming the house, making it beautiful again. And that's very little time for her to work on anything else, really. Obviously she quit that publishing job straight away. Yeah. Basically, she was working on a novel, but you think that was
she
just...
was never really saying. It was just some romantic idea she had, wasn't it?
She's definitely more of a trophy wife now, isn't she? A lady of leisure, trophy wife, arm candy, whatever you want to call it. It's undeniable that's what she is.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's being paraded around at these shows and these parties. But she's getting something out of it too. She loves it. She's getting to live the high life. She's getting to travel. She's having a great time. And he gives her everything she needs. So is this sad? Or is she being realistic? Is she playing the game well?
I think for her, this first couple of years of marriage, I think is quite a happy existence for her. She definitely takes great pleasure in all the travelling. She loves all that, the sightseeing, like you say, trying to learn the language. And she loves Rupert. And she can't hold on to someone like him if she's not with him all the time, can she?
That is very true. She needs to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also an extra thing that she loves is a holiday from all the dogs on the bed.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't like the dogs.
No, she doesn't like the dogs. And she especially doesn't like them on the bed.
So Rupert has all these dogs. I mean, he's got his favourites, and Billy has his own dog as well, but there's always dogs all over the house, and there's no boundaries at all, is there?
No.
And she does not like it. She thinks not only should they stay out of the bedroom and off the furniture, she wants them to stay outside.
Yeah.
Which,
she, 2 years in, you'd think...
Yeah.
Although I suppose she's been a bit more tolerant, but she's enjoying not having to deal with them. And of course she's spending lots of time with Melise.
Yeah.
They're doing the museums, they're doing the galleries.
They're becoming quite close through all this travel.
So I think I don't necessarily think it's sad. I think she's found her place. I think she's quite happy.
She's having a good time, isn't she?
Yep.
Yeah. Undeniably. So she's reflecting on these past 2 years as she's packing for her trip. And her first visit to Penscombe, when she saw the big, beautiful house and found out that it was going to be hers. How do you see this house? I mean, how grand is it in your head?
To me, it's
the grandest.
Very grand. It's a huge, beautiful Cotswold stone stately home. And I always imagine it kind of, you're looking down a valley.
Yes.
And it's there nestled in the bottom, and there's trees, and there's a river nearby, and there's loads of land all around
that's all Rupert's. I see it from the top of the hill,
always
looking down.
Yeah.
I never see it from like the ground, like from the driveway.
Yeah,
or anything.
and the sun's on it.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's always a really sunny day.
Yeah, obviously.
And he does have a lot of land as well, and obviously lots of it's taken up by stables and stuff and training areas. But he's got woods and fields and stuff that he owns. So there's a lot to it. So she sees the house for the first time. She's like, "Oh my gosh, that's it! Like that's about to be mine. This is insane." And then she gets inside the house and she thinks, oh my goodness, it is just filthy. It's just Rupert and Billy living there basically, and they have some help, but
the housekeepers keep leaving, don't they? But they do have somebody who kind of comes in, and
they have kind of like a secretary type person, don't they, to do like the admin,
but nobody who's capable of keeping them.
Clearly. So there's overflowing ashtrays, there's drink rings on all the furniture, discarded glasses everywhere, unopened letters, bills, everything. Helen tries to close the curtains in the bedroom and the curtain pole falls off. She tries to go to the toilet and it hasn't been flushed, and there's like a ring of dirt around the edge of the bath. Ugh. Yeah. There's even dog poo on the floor. Oh my god. I mean, it's just, I'm cringing thinking about it.
And but also you're thinking, I'm not surprised.
Rupert and Billy don't care, do they?
No. And they just don't see it, do they? I mean,
no.
But the stables are immaculate.
Yeah.
And their riding gear,
pristine.
The boots are always shiny, everything's always,
That's the bit that they care about, isn't it? I found a quote from Jilly Cooper, and I don't know if it's just something that she said or it's in one of the books, but it was, if you keep a man entertained in bed, he's not likely to worry about the pile of dust underneath it.
Yes. I like that. That is so Jilly.
Let's talk about cleaning up after men, shall we?
Oh.
Do you know what? I think we've got off very lightly.
I think we've got winners.
We have.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam said to me the other day, and I should have recorded it, he said, I like to clean. And I was like, yes! Get in.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I realised Dad was definitely a keeper, I'd been staying over, and he brought me a cup of tea in bed. And then he had this kind of spray bottle of something hanging on his back of his jeans pocket, and he had a duster in his hand. And he said, "Oh, I usually do the dusting on a Saturday morning, so I'm just gonna." I mean, some people might see that as back away, but I just thought, this one's good.
You didn't think he's doing that for show?
No,
you didn't think that.
No,
but he wasn't, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Because we've done well.
We've done very well
because we like a clean house,
a tidy house. I like a
tidy. Do you know what? I've always said this. There's a difference between clean and tidy.
Yeah,
and you can be clean and messy, and you can be dirty and tidy.
Yes.
Yeah, but I like to be tidy and 50% clean.
Yeah. If I had to do percentage-wise, I'd probably be 60% tidy, 40% clean. If that was the balance of one over the other.
Interesting. I would say I'm probably the opposite. I can be a little bit messy, especially with like on-the-go clothes in the bedroom. I just leave them on the floor.
Mess does my head in.
Yeah. I can be a little bit messy sometimes,
I'm not good with mess.
I really like to keep things clean.
That's why we're in the middle of decorating at the minute. And I'm unsettled.
She's got hives.
I am so unsettled. The mess everywhere. But anyway, we digress.
So after getting engaged to Rupert and visiting Penscombe for the first time, Helen goes back to London. She's like, nope, I am a working woman. I am just engaged. I'm not married. I'm keeping this job. I'm carry on living in my awful lodgings. But then the IRA are bombing London. And Rupert's like, no, you're getting out of there. Quit your job. You're moving into Penscombe. We'll get married next week. And that's that. And yeah, what a crazy time. Were you living in London around that time? When did you move
Not
to
in
London?
1975.
No, not in 1975.
But the IRA bombings lasted through into the 90s.
Yeah. I feel like it's a bit of our history that people really forget about.
Yeah, and it didn't stop you living your life, but you were conscious that, oh my God, I was in that pub last night.
It's a scary time.
Yeah, and when I was living in London, there were lots of bomb scares and explosions. And one day I was working in my office in Whitehall, and they did the mortar bomb on number 10,
gosh.
and our whole building shook.
Oh.
That was the closest I've ever come.
That's scary.
It was scary.
Yeah. So you can see why Rupert would be like,
yeah, he wants her out of there.
Get out.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what she does. She moves into Penscombe. And he says, this is a quote, I haven't got a show next Monday. I thought we might get married. And that's that.
Matter of fact.
They have a very quiet registry office ceremony. I don't know if they have a party afterwards or not.
It brushes over because that was 2 years ago. Now she's just reflecting back on it, isn't she? So Jilly doesn't really cover that, does she?
And that just kind of seemed to happen a lot. Jilly doesn't really give us the big wedding moment very often. It's kind of them deciding to get married is the big moment. Yeah, so they just have a very quiet little registry office ceremony. Who would do that?
Yeah, we got married in a registry office in Wales. But, I mean, in those days, I didn't get married in 1975. It was after that.
You weren't even born.
No, of course not. No. But it wasn't so easy then. You either got married in a church or a registry office. Now, there's so many beautiful places that have options. Licenses. Yeah. I mean, you can even get married on a beach. And back in the day, it wasn't quite so easy. But, we had a lovely... my dad still walked me down the aisle, and we had Johnny Cash playing, and it was brilliant.
There's absolutely nothing wrong
what you make
with
of
a
it, isn't
registry
it?
office ceremony. Yeah. And I'd much rather that than in a church, but we won't get into that.
Each to their own.
So for their honeymoon, they go off to the Yorkshire Moors. Fantastic choice.
Absolutely.
We're not biased at all, but a cracking choice.
Yeah.
And they don't even make it a day before Rupert takes her to go and look at a horse while he's up there.
Yep.
And then they don't even make it to the end of the week before he decides he's done with the honeymoon and they're going to go to a show over in Lancashire, I think. I'm just, what? But Helen decides to laugh instead of cry. This is her test, the first test of her resolve to be committed to Rupert's show jumping career and to keeping an eye on him and sticking with him. And I think she's passed the test, hasn't she?
Seems to have.
If that happened to me, there would be hell to pay. You cancel my effing honeymoon to go to a horse show? Absolutely bloody not.
Absolutely. But then, we wouldn't marry someone as self-centred as Rupert anyway, would we? So,
No, we wouldn't.
Although, I could imagine Cam maybe cutting short a honeymoon to go watch a cricket match.
He'd wangle it so that he could go and play golf or something. I'd be like, you're bloody not.
You're going to have to learn to play golf.
Where did you go for your honeymoon?
Oh, yeah. Well, we were living in London at the time, and we flew up to Edinburgh, and we had a few days there.
Yeah.
And then we hired a
Edinburgh,
car.
where I went to uni.
Yes.
I didn't even know that you had your honeymoon there. When I decided to go to uni there.
Ah.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, you wanted to look at uni campuses that had campuses.
Yeah, Edinburgh was the wild card.
And I threw in a curveball because we like Edinburgh and I wanted another trip.
She wanted a weekend away. Oh gosh, do you remember those uni visit times?
Oh,
so
that was so
I was
good.
obviously 18. And we were going around all these cities in the UK, and we'd get a Premier Inn family room. So I'm on the little child's bed. I'd have to stand back when we were checking in so they wouldn't realise you were sneaking in an 18-year-old.
So you were 17? I think you had to be 15, but we don't.
Yeah, so I'm sleeping on the little sofa bed in the corner. And we'd always get a little bit tense towards the end of the weekend, wouldn't we? But we did have fun.
But we had such a good time going around all these different places.
Oh, we did.
I
So
loved
you
it.
went to Edinburgh for a few days.
So we flew up to Edinburgh, had a few days in the city, stayed at a really lovely hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And we hadn't told them it was our honeymoon.
You don't?
No, we didn't tell them.
I'm going to Betty's on Tuesday, and we've told them we've just got engaged.
Ah!
And
Spoiler, it was over a year ago.
It was over a year ago. I'm like, we just got engaged. Give us some champagne. Because we met up with Cam's old nanny when we were in Australia, and they are travelling with their baby. And they said every hotel they go to, they say it's their honeymoon. And they've been given bottles of champagne. They've been upgraded to suites. Yeah. Well, they always say it's a celebration.
We didn't say it when we went, but we did. We were there for a few days, and then we went somewhere else, and then we came back to Edinburgh for a few days because we were getting the plane back, and we told them then, and they upgraded our room and gave us something nice. Yeah, it was lovely. But so we could have got that twice, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so then we hired a car and we drove over to Applecross, which is on the kind of west coast, and it's like a little peninsula, and it kind of looks out over the Isle of Skye.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it's from living in London to just completely cutting yourself off. Oh, it was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's
and we
so
got
nice.
this lovely cottage right on the edge of the water, and there were seals bobbing around every time we looked out the window. Oh, it was just heavenly.
Yeah,
loved it.
Sounds so nice.
Loved it.
Do you know, people call that a staycation?
Yeah.
I really don't like this term.
No.
Because for me, a staycation, and this might be very specific to me, is where you stay at home.
Yeah, you stay at home.
And
I've got a week off. I'll stay at home.
And you pretend you're on holiday. And everyone else is like, staycation is going on holiday in the same country.
Yeah,
but for me, that's a regular holiday.
No, that's not right. They've taken over that phrase because
Okay, I'm glad you're with me on that one.
Yeah.
Right, back to the story.
Okay.
So,
I'm still in honeymoon mode. Okay.
So when they do eventually get out to visit Helen's parents in Florida, doesn't go too well. I think Rupert's probably off to go see a horse beforehand. So
he definitely did.
So they arrive separately. And when Helen gets there, she sees that her mum has planned a huge wedding party for them and a priest to bless the wedding as well, I'm pretty sure, without telling her. So she's like, oh my God, why have you done this? But, she's got to go along with it. And then Rupert arrives earlier than expected and naturally in dramatic fashion. So this is the scene. Helen and her sisters and her mum have gone down to the beach and they're having a little sunbathe. And then, oh my gosh, that's a big yacht that's sailing past. That looks nice, doesn't it? Looks like there's some kind of party going on over there. Oh my God, somebody's jumping off it. Somebody jumps off the yacht and swims to shore, and then like James Bond rises out of the sea, and it's Rupert. And he's wearing not the little blue swimming trunks like James Bond, a small US flag tied around his waist like a loincloth. And that's his first meeting of his mother-in-law. It's just so him, isn't it? And then he finds out about the surprise wedding, and he is livid, and he doesn't behave very well at all.
You can understand. He's sulky about it, understandably. Who wouldn't be? I'd be livid. Yeah. But at least he goes through with it.
He goes through
and he sort of behaves.
But he falls asleep under the table.
Of course, well, I said sort of behaves.
No, to be fair to him, I thought he was going to refuse to do it.
Yeah, I did.
And he doesn't. He does go through with it. He just doesn't behave very well. And then we contrast the way Helen's parents responded to the news of the wedding with the way Rupert's parents responded. So they both send very vague congratulations letters and a present. And his mum sends a brooch with a broken clasp. And his dad sends a jar of caviar.
Essential.
Happy wedding. My eldest son. Have
My
this.
son and heir. Here's a jar of caviar.
But the much more important thing for Rupert is not meeting his parents, but meeting his nanny, who's the one who really raised him.
He really cares about her.
And when Helen does meet her, she does not like her at all, does she?
No.
Meeting the in-laws. Was that a scary thing for you?
It was an interesting thing because you love this person so much, and you kind of want to see how he grew up, where who raised him. So you want to make a good impression, don't you? You want them to like you, but you're also curious. So it went well when we met for the first time. It was lovely, and they live near the beach, so we got to walk along the beach, and it was nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I had an absolute breeze. Because I already knew them.
Oh, of course you did, because you and Cam were like besties for a couple of years.
We were good friends for a couple of years before we got together. And so I already knew his parents. So it was just kind of... And for you guys, him meeting you guys as well.
Yeah, we already knew him. It was like, come on, tell us you're going out with each other. We can see you're perfect for each other.
So it was so easy. It was great. So... in general, despite these little mishaps with the in-laws, the parents, the nanny, they're happy together, but they are still very different, and that hasn't gone away just because they're married and they're happy. We can see this with the wedding presents that they get for each other. Well, I don't know if Rupert, he must get her clothes or money or something. She buys him a very expensive drawing of a horse. And Rupert is over the moon. I mean, you're like, well, she gets him. Yep. This is something that makes sense to her and to him.
Yep.
Fabulous. And he's absolutely over the moon. And then she comes in later to see Rupert admiring the picture, and she's like feeling very chuffed with herself. And then she sees he's got a rubber and a pencil in his hand. And he's rubbed part of the drawing out and redrawn it. And he said the chap simply hadn't got it right. And she's absolutely fuming with him, because I don't know who the artist is, but imagine you've got somebody like a Picasso sketch and he's just gone, it wasn't right, so it just changed a bit of it.
He won't understand the relevance.
He's happy generally with all the changes that she's made to the house, but he does draw the line at putting coasters under drinks.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
And he has an absolute fit at Helen when she puts, the stuff in the toilet that makes the water go blue.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what it does.
No, I don't.
But she puts it in, and he has an absolute fit because the dogs drink from the toilet bowl. He's like, you're going to kill my bloody dogs. Obviously, telling the dogs not to drink the toilet bowl water is out of the question.
No, can't do that.
But opposites can attract, and they are very happy with each other right now.
They are, and all of those things are kind of inevitable. You do get teething issues when you first move in together, especially as she's moving into his house. It's not like you're moving into a house together, is it? And we know Rupert isn't one to compromise. Yeah. So, she's going to have to stop using the blue stuff in the toilet.
And Billy proves to be kind of not a third wheel. He's still living there, and he's actually very important to their relationship. Yeah. Because he kind of mediates the arguments and stops things getting out of hand. He's kind of like the calming presence. Yes. And he sticks up for Helen when Rupert's being a bit too mean. And Helen is just convinced that he's a bit in love with her.
Oh, of course she is.
Of course she is. I mean... No, right?
Of course he's not. No.
Ultimately, though, whatever argument they have, no matter how big it is, Rupert has to make it up because he wants to sleep with her. So
he's driven.
And, I guess that keeps their relationship on track.
Yeah.
And sex in their relationship is really is always a big issue for whatever reason.
Yeah, she's a bit uptight, isn't she? She never really enjoys herself or lets herself go.
She doesn't know how to enjoy it, really. But he... always wants it, and it becomes a bit of a point of contention, doesn't it?
Yeah. Equally, she finds him irresistible, and she needs that attention from him. Yeah. So
just, when it happens, she doesn't really understand it, I guess, because obviously, do they say her parents are like Puritan type? Very rigid in terms of that whole area of life. So she's obviously raised to think that sex is like a bad thing, and she knows she needs the attention, but she just can't enjoy it.
Yeah, and I shouldn't imagine he's the most patient person.
No, he's probably not the gentlest of lovers, is he?
I don't think he would be. No.
So that's where we are, and we're going to take a little bit of a break, but when we come back, we'll get back to Jake.
Oh!
Yes. And we'll see what Jake's up to. But before we go, and I'm switching it up a little bit this week, we're going to do Rupert or not Rupert.
Okay.
Don't worry, everyone. The Ravishing Quote quiz will happen at the end. I don't want anyone to get too upset. We're going to play Rupert or Not Rupert this time.
Okay.
Same format, same situation, 2 quotes,
Yep.
1 real and 1 fake.
Okay.
So Rupert is talking about meeting Helen's parents. So which one is real and which one is fake? And don't tell us until after.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I'll
Here we
ponder.
go. The only relations I like are sexual relations. Okay. Next one. In-laws. I tend to have much more success with outlaws.
Oh, yes. Could be either.
Could be either. Rupert
Yeah.
loves a play on words, doesn't he?
He does.
And Jiddy loves a play on words. Really.
Oh, you've got me. Good one. It's a good one.
Yes, the winning streak continues. Okay, we'll give you the answer after the break. We're going to take a quick minute. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Before we get into the story, we need the answers. Rupert or not Rupert.
Okay.
So,
Just remind me.
2 quotes, same situation, 1 real and 1 fake, okay? The first one. The only relations I like are sexual relations. And the second one. In-laws. I tend to have much more success with outlaws.
You see, I like both, and obviously Dad refers to the outlaws.
He
And that
does.
always makes me laugh. They know that he refers to them as the outlaws. But
Lovingly.
lovingly, yeah. I think Rupert would be the sex-obsessed one.
Okay, so
That's what I'm going to...
you think the first one is the real one?
Yes, I think, yeah.
You're right.
Oh, yes! Back on form!
We're going to have to start keeping a tally. Well, it's not very hard, actually. It's just...
I keep winning.
You've
Minus one.
all but one. No, I'll get you. I'll get you again. I will. I've done it once. I can do it again.
It's possible.
Right. So we're moving on to Jake now, and I think this is like 5 years since we left him last time. So we're back, and he is leisurely riding his horse across his fields.
Yeah.
What a moment. It's been 5 years since he married Tori. They took over the mill house, and despite all of the hard work that they've had to do, he has never been happier. He has a home, he has a family, he has a home, he has things that belong to him for once.
Yep.
And this is just kind of huge for him. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
I mean, Jake and Tori, they're a great team.
Yeah. This is an example of a couple who help each other, I
Yeah.
guess. Although he's maybe a little more take than give, but they
I
help
suppose
each
the
other.
nature of what he does,
Yeah.
you've got to, because you have to be slightly obsessed with the horses because they need a lot of attention, don't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, Tori understands him, and she
Yeah.
understands all of that, and she's always there for him.
And she knows exactly what he needs as
Yeah,
well, doesn't she?
exactly.
She knows exactly how to support him.
Yep.
Keeps everything running like clockwork behind the scenes.
She does all of that. Plus, when he's away, I mean, he's really happy. And when he's away, the fact that he has a safe,
Yeah.
loving home to come back to, he loves all
Yeah.
that. So,
And I think they do say later on that the going away to shows and stuff satisfies that little bit of gypsy wanderlust
yeah.
that he's got. But he has a home now to go back to.
and he's happy to go back to it.
Yeah. So despite Tori's significant inheritance, they are always strapped for cash because every penny goes towards the horses and Jake's career. And Tori is clearly, the old saying, the man is the head of the household, but the woman's the neck.
Yes.
And she is the neck that holds up the head, and she does it very, very well, doesn't she? She's always in the background, perfect support, and she is also now the mother of their child.
Yes.
Because they have a
little boy.
baby.
Yeah.
Isaac, I think, officially, but Isa, they call him.
yeah.
And we contrast the way Tori is to the way Helen is.
Well, she does remodel the house and she organises
does.
them, but she isn't as selfless as she. She's
No.
not. It's not all about supporting Rupert, rather.
Richard?
Richard, I don't know. All about supporting Rupert, whereas Tori, they're in it together.
Yeah.
They're a team. It's their stables.
Yeah.
It's the success that Jake has. She wants to
Yeah.
help him make that.
And Tori can't travel with him as much, can she?
No.
Because she is actually doing the dirty work back
Back
home.
at the house, yeah.
Obviously for the big
They don't
stuff.
have the huge staff like Rupert does.
No.
So she's having to, they do
She
have a
mucks
couple,
in.
but yeah, she's
Yeah.
there.
And Jake, at one point, got very, very close to making it onto the British team. but his horse got injured just before. It was a bit of a setback, but despite all this, he is at the top of his game, and he's about to have his big break. He's going to make it into that big time that he's always wanted very, very soon. And he's looking out for horses all the time. He's always got horses on the go. He's always looking out for ones. And he goes to this, I think, an auction, something like that.
Yeah.
And he sees this very raggedy, flea-bitten, old-looking, donkey-looking horse, and he takes pity on him. And the horse is called Sailor, and he's been neglected, and he's very, ugly. Nobody wants him, bless. But he clearly has a heart of gold. And Jake takes pity on him and takes him in, picks him up for really cheap and takes him in. I think out of all of the horses, Sailor has the most personality.
Yeah.
I think out of all across the whole books. Maybe not the animal with the most personality, but probably the horse with the most memorable one, the biggest kind of character. And he also has a surprising talent for show jumping that nobody would have expected. And it turns out really well for Jake. He's got a top-class horse that he didn't even expect to get. So Jake, in all this time, he hasn't stopped following Rupert's career. He knows exactly what Rupert's up to, and he is biding his time until he gets the opportunity to get onto the same stage as Rupert and finally make a reappearance.
Yep.
And then he gets the phone call. It's Melise. He's saying, come, jump for the British team. Come to Madrid. Madrid, the trip that Helen was packing for.
Yes.
So he's going to be in the same room as Rupert after all these years. Finally. And this is a huge moment for him. And he hasn't even got a passport at this point because he's never been abroad, which is
him.
Yeah. And he also needs to get horse passports.
Well, that was a thing though, wasn't it? Because
animal passports is a thing.
But also when they have to draw a picture of the horse, and they have to put on the picture any identifying marks to point,
just take a picture. No?
Yeah, but it might not always stand out so much.
Well, yeah.
How many angles do you take the pictures
well,
from? You could
true.
end up with lots.
It's true.
So, yeah.
So
when you think, what? And then you realise, okay, that makes sense.
It just seems so ridiculous to me. I mean, a horse passport I'm fine with, but the fact that it's a hand-drawn picture, I was like, is that really necessary?
Yes, Olivia.
Do you know Cam's got a baby passport somewhere? He had a baby passport.
Well, you have.
Do I?
I don't know where
it is. Where did he go?
Portugal, probably.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't remember that.
Well, you were probably, I say baby, you were probably about 1 or 2.
Yeah. Was that a picture or did you have to draw that one?
No, it was a picture.
So are we happy that Jake is finally getting his moment?
Absolutely.
Of course.
It's about time.
Yeah, this is huge for him. The British team is kind of aside from the Olympics, this is as good as it gets.
Biggie.
Yeah, he's on the British team now, and he's now got the chance to make himself a recurring character on that team. And he's very nervous, and he's packing up, and his little son Isa knows that he's nervous and comes in and says, I'm not going to do a baby voice, Daddy, have a Wixie and get pissed up. I think it's so funny that this kid's just coming, get pissed up, Dad. All right then. Jake makes the journey to Madrid with the groom of another rider. So Melise said, look, this person, I think it's Humpty's groom. Can't remember.
I think so.
He's like, look, they're going, there's space in the horse box. They'll come and pick up your horses and they'll take them. You get a plane, and Jake's like, no. I will be travelling with them because you just can't bear to be parted from his horses.
Plus, they've not travelled abroad before. So,
and it is very sweet, isn't it? But they have a very, very difficult journey because obviously they have to drive the whole way. So there's a storm on the channel which delays the crossing. They have a terrible crossing. Do you remember? Have we ever been on the Channel ferry?
Yes.
Have we?
Yes.
Do you remember how bad the crossings used to be to Ireland?
Oh, Ireland, bad.
Yeah.
On the Sea Cat. Yeah, I was never I'm never affected by seasickness, but you and Dad. Oh, dear.
It's horrible. And they're not as bad as that one in Thailand. Oh my God. That is the worst thing I've ever done. The ferry to Koh Tao from the mainland. Oh my God.
Oh, how long was it?
An hour and a half.
Oh, yeah,
which is not too long, but from genuinely, we hadn't even really pulled away from the dock and people were already throwing up.
Oh no.
And I don't even really remember any of it because I was just in my own little world. Like, I've never been so sick in my whole life. It was just harrowing. It was absolutely harrowing. And the poor, like, guys are working there are, like, handing around sick bags to everyone.
God.
They're collecting full... Ugh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's above and beyond.
Okay, let's move on.
No.
So they have a very difficult channel crossing. Hopefully not as bad as some of the ones we've had. And then they miss the train on the other side and they have to wait 12 hours for the next one. And then they have trouble at customs because they don't speak the language. And their next train, because they missed the first one, is a livestock train. So they're in these livestock carriages with no windows, just like hurtling along. It must be horrible.
I love when Jilly says about being in that carriage. She says Jake now knew exactly what it was like to be a dry martini shivering in a cocktail shaker.
Yeah, it must have just been awful. And then in the next carriage over, one of the other horses starts having a freak out. So it's Jake and his 2 horses, and then in the next one, it's the other rider's groom and the other rider's 2 horses.
Yeah.
So it's just one person, 2 horses in each one. And one of the other horses starts having a freak out, and he has to get out of his carriage and jump into the next one.
He doesn't have to, but he
doesn't have to, but he does.
He wants to help you.
And he leaves his horses on their own, and thankfully he manages to help out the other groom, and it's all okay. And his horses are a little bit shaken up, a little bit. One cuts their knee or something like that.
But they're okay, aren't they?
It ends up okay, which is good. And they make it to Madrid in the end, very shaken up, very rattled and weary.
Not the way Rupert would have arrived.
Absolutely not. Rupert probably flew first class straight to the hotel bar. Yeah, but he's just so happy to be there.
Yeah.
This is it. This is his moment. And that's where we leave it.
Oh.
Yeah. He's just arrived in Madrid, and Rupert is also in Madrid. And in the next episode, they're meeting for the first time. So this is going to be big. What is going to happen when they see each other for the first time? Is Rupert going to remember Jake?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are they going to have it out? Will Jake be able to be civil?
Well, you've got Malise there, so, you never know.
Letters. We'll see.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. You do not want to miss it. And now, as promised, the Ravishing Quote Quiz.
Oh, okay.
Because we played Rupert or Not Rupert earlier.
Yep.
We've got to do the Ravishing Quote Quiz. Okay, and for this one, a little bit different. I've not quite got a quote for you.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can't really call it the Ravishing Quote Quiz.
Oh, all right then. What do you want to call it?
I don't know.
The Ravishing Information Quiz.
Yeah, that's got a ring to it.
So, we're talking about the outfit that Jake's son Isa is wearing to bed. You know, kids dress themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They wear all kinds of crazy things. So I'm going to give you...
I remember.
I'm going to give... I'm going to give you 6 options.
Oh.
Okay? And you need to tell me there's 3 that are right and 3 that are wrong.
Okay.
Okay? So 6 options.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think is real and which ones you think are fake. What is Jake's son Isa wearing to bed? Pyjamas with a womble on the front. A teddy bear handcuffed to his wrist. A spotted neckerchief. Jake's dirty work boots. A policeman's helmet. Tori's poncho.
Oh.
What are we thinking? This is hard. This is a tough one because you've been doing too well.
Well, I do remember the Womble pyjamas.
I knew you would remember the Wombles.
Because, I used to live in Wimbledon, so...
Throw in an easy one.
I do remember the Womble pyjamas.
The Wombles of Wimbledon, coming are we?
Yep, I do have a Womble. So, yeah, and I would like to think, I can't remember the rest, but I would like to think it's Jake's cravat, so something from his dad.
His spotted neckerchief.
Yeah, spotted neckerchief, yeah.
So, Womble pyjamas,
spotted neckerchief, and Tori's poncho.
So
he's got a little bit of both of them.
Yeah, that's quite sweet, isn't it?
That's what I would go for.
Final answer. Pyjamas with a womble on the front.
Yes.
Spotted neckerchief.
Yes.
And Tori's poncho. That's what you think.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd won. Okay, yeah, that's what I think.
That's what you think.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
How should I do this?
Just tell me.
Okay, you've got out of 3.
Oh, can I change one go on.
No.
Out of 3.
No, you can't change one.
Okay.
Out of 3, I can tell you have 1 right.
No! No!
Yeah.
Well, I know it's the Wombles.
So the real outfit that he's wearing is pyjamas with a womble on the front
Yeah.
with a teddy bear handcuffed to his wrist and a policeman's helmet.
I like that even better.
I made up the boring ones.
Oh no! Well, they're not boring. They're
What
sweet.
he's actually wearing is crazy.
Yeah.
Where do you get handcuffs?
Oh, no, I don't know. Are they pink and fluffy? What haven't we read about Tori and Jake? Oh, bless.
There you go. So 1 out of 3.
Sweet. No, I like that. That's even better. I don't mind losing. Yeah, that's good.
So there we go. And that is all we have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell your friends. And if you're feeling particularly generous, give us a review or leave us a rating. It really does help. If you didn't enjoy, please keep it to yourself. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Ravishing Podcast for updates and extra bits and anything else. And make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
And if you have strong opinions, which we know you do, we'd absolutely love to hear them. Favourite characters, who you imagine when reading about them, best bits or worst bits of the book, anything you want to share, please. We'd love to have a good chat about it. You can message us on socials or email us at theravishingpodcast@gmail.com with all your Rutshire deliciousness. So that's all from us, and see you next time.
Goodbye. See you in the next episode.